Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
What do you want to listen to? Oh, shoot!
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2015 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Basketball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
I'm a dad.
I am a mom.
I'm a kid.
I'm a kid at heart. I'm a banker.
I'm an Iowa banker.
No matter who you are, there is an Iowa banker who is ready to help you get where you want to go. Iowa Bankers, allowing you to discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Mid-American Energy, diversifying the ways we generate electricity by investing in wind generation capacity in Iowa. Information is available at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You may know right where you belong. Helping you get there is our job. At DMAC, we connect what you want in life to what you do for a living. With more than 150 programs, transfer degrees, and short-term certificates, DMAC can position you for a great career.
Welcome to downtown Des Moines, home of the Golden Dome of our state capital. But the eyes of Iowans will be aimed across the river tonight at Wells Fargo Arena for our nightcap game of Iowa high school hoops. It's our second game of the evening here on statewide Iowa Public Television. Hello everybody, Paul Yeager alongside as IPTV Sports will continue to bring you the highlights, analysis, and features from right here at our on-site sports desk. And we'll make sure to showcase all the pageantry of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Iowa Farm Bureau State Basketball Championships. But first, let's head courtside with Rick Silvestrini and Molly Nelson for their call of the 2A Championship.
Thank you very much, Paul. Rick Silvestrini and Molly Nelson with you. I hope we can do as well as game number one, because that was certainly an exciting Class 1A game, and we have a great matchup here, Molly. Unity Christian undefeated on the season, 26-0. North Linn just one loss, and that was from a team from Wisconsin. Both these teams scored in the mid-60s. It looks like a very even matchup.
Unity Christian was in this game last year, but they played in the 3A game against MOC Floyd Valley, but they lost that game. They're ready to be back again this year, and their coach told them, don't be afraid to be great.
Unity Christian, a little more balanced scoring, but when you talk about North Linn, you got to talk about Nicole Miller. She is a big-time scorer, averaging over 30 points in the first two games in this tournament.
I like Nicole Miller's game. She's headed to Drake University. Not only can she score, she can play defense. She has 10 steals already in this tournament, and this is a team that gets out and pressures.
We're going to head down to the floor now. The PE announcer, Eric Verhelst, for the starting lineups.
Each year at the state basketball tournament, the Iowa Bankers Association presents the Student Athlete Achievement Award to a student athlete who excels on the court, in the classroom, and in their community. The recipient receives a $1,000 scholarship to the college of their choice. The 2015 Student Athlete Achievement Award is Hannah Corey from South Central Calhoun. Presenting the 2015 award is Mike Hagan from Carroll County State Bank. Congratulations to Hannah, and thank you to Mike Hagan and the Carroll County State Bank and the Bankers Association with their sponsorship of this award. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena for the championship game of the Class 2A state tournament between the Unity Christian Knights and the North Linn Lynx. The Unity Christian enters this contest with a season record of 26-0, champions of the War Eagle Conference, and currently ranked first in Class 2A. North Linn comes to this game with a season record of 25-1, champions of the Tri-Rivers West Conference, and currently ranked third in Class 2A. And now let's meet the non-starters. First for the visiting North Linn Lynx. Number 11, Natalie Dudley. Number 13, Jessica Reckmer. Number 23, Taylor Beislein. Number 33, Taylor Bork. Number 35, Katie Kurt. Number 41, Rachel Supel. Number 45, Anna LeGrand. Number 51, Ashley Toll. Number 53, Kristen Novotny. And number 55, Jackie Falkner. Assistant coaches for the Lynx are Kevin Gedkin and Bob Mudd. And now let's introduce the non-starters for the Unity Christian Knights. Number 2, Tessa Schoenhoven. Number 4, Stephanie Westra. Number 22, Justine Van Sloten. Number 24, Jenna Scouten. Number 34, Deidre Nodaboom. Number 40, Josie Blankesporer. Number 42, Allison Timmermans. And number 44, Paige Vischer. Assistant coaches for the Knights, Terry Scouten and Allie Ingbritson. And now let's introduce the starting lineups for the Class 2A championship game. For North Linn, a 5'6" junior, number 15, Maddie Ford. And for Unity Christian, a 5'7" junior, number 10, Shanda Zorman. For North Linn, a 5'6" senior, number 21, Kayla Carruthers. And for Unity Christian, a 5'9" junior, number 12, Alyssa Fetters. For North Linn, a 5'8" senior, number 25, Nicole Miller. And for the Knights, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Cassidy DeYoung. For the Lynx, a 5'7" senior, number 31, Brooke Dobney. And for Unity Christian, a 6' junior, number 30, Anna Keel. For North Linn, a 5'11" junior, number 43, Morgan Moore. And for Unity Christian, a 5'7" senior, number 32, Heather Scouten. Head coaches for this 2A championship for North Linn, Brian Wheatley. And for Unity Christian, Jay Skeideman. The officials for tonight's game are Scott Giles, Pat Ensminger, and Micah Scholl. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Class 2A championship game?
And there was your starting lineups for Unity Christian and North Linn. The Knights ranked number 1 in Class 2A, and the Lynx are number 3. Great matchup in this 2A championship game. The Knights making their 5th trip to state. As Molly said earlier, a runner-up in Class 3A a year ago. Meanwhile, the Lynx, their 3rd trip to state. They were a semifinalist last year. This is their first title game.
See the Boer sisters there in the starting lineup, one a junior, one a senior. Fun for them to get to play in this state championship together.
The Knights in their home white, the Lynx in the dark maroon uniforms. And here we go, game number 2 tonight from Wells Fargo Arena. And the Knights win the tip. Fetters trying to go inside, and we've got a foul right away, and Keel is going to shoot 2.
Keel's been big. She had 16 points versus Cascade to open up tournament play.
Brothers picked up the foul as Keel misses the first free throw. A 63% free throw shooter coming into this championship 2A game. One more ahead for Keel, and she makes the second, and it's a 1-0 game. Some light pressure here by the Knights as the Lynx get their first crack at it. To Nicole Miller, who has scored over 30 points per game in the first 2 games. The second one in overtime. We'll see how much gas she has left tonight.
Well, she missed her first 4 shots versus Western Christian, but her team went on an 8-0 run. She's a big part of the scoring for this team, but other people can step up.
And there she is, Miller on the baseline, passing it back up high to Domney, and Domney travels. So a turnover for the Lynx. It goes back to the Knights.
Dobney trying for the head fake, but shuffled the feet as well.
Tomorrow on IPTV, it will be the 3, 4, and 5A classes to end out championship week. Jump shot good by DeYoung.
So you saw the Lynx put some pressure on there. That's what gets them so many points, but the Knights handled it well, and DeYoung found herself at the elbow wide open.
3-0 inside. Missing the shot is Bohr, and rebounded by the Knights. 3-0 Unity Christian with a quick start in this 2A championship game. DeYoung cross courts it to Scouten. Right back to DeYoung from downtown, and that's off the mark. The putback, no, and rebounded by the Lynx. Here's Miller, and she loses the ball. Steal by Scouten. So a choppy start for North Linn. 6:24 to go here in the first. Scouten gets a screen. Trapped on the baseline, and it's stolen away. Stolen by Carruthers. And Miller's foul. Going to be on the floor. Scouten will pick up the foul.
Miller does a good job at taking it to the hole. She shot 11 free throws in that game against Western Christian. She gets to the line a lot.
That's a big part of her game. And trouble getting it inbounds, and stolen by DeYoung. DeYoung's going to go in all the way, and it's 5-0. So the Knights come out playing very, very well. 26-0 coming into this game. As we said, North Linn 25-1. They lost to a team from Barneveld, Wisconsin. That's their only loss on the year. Under 6 to go in the first. Miller in the first points for North Linn.
Miller, nice job using that extra step to get past the defenders.
Now some pressure here by the Lynx. And it pays off, or does it? They do get the steal. Bohr with the ball. Little contact, pull-up jump shot, no good. DeYoung with the board. Zomerman in the paint. Zomerman high off the glass and good.
Zomerman has had a wonderful tournament. It's been 3-pointers that have been on for her. She's 9 of 14 for the tournament, but that time she showed she can put the ball on the floor.
Under 5 to go, 7-2. Knights leading, North Linn with the basketball. Here's Miller. Passing it to Bohr. Now Dobney on the wing and loses the basketball. Stolen by the Knights. The 4th turnover now for North Linn here in the first quarter. Inside they go. Now they kick it back out. DeYoung. For Zomerman from downtown, that's off the mark. And pulled down by Maddie Bohr. Bohr quickly ahead to Miller. Miller wants to pop from 3. No good, and rebounded by the Knights.
The Knights a much taller team. The rebounding advantage on paper goes to them in this game.
And a pushing foul. I think they're going to catch Morgan Bohr here. 4:08 remaining. Going to see some substitutions for the Lynx. Checking in, Ashley Tall, Katie Kurt, and that's about it. It's a 7-person rotation for North Linn.
And same thing for Unity. They play about 7 players.
Three-pointer, and it's good! Fetters from downtown, 10-2, our first time out.
And Fetters is the one who brings the energies. Coach Scheidemann said she's their energy player, their 100%, 110% type player.
Now here's Shanda Zomerman. We talked to her earlier about this opportunity for the Knights.
It's amazing. Like last year we were here and we thought, oh, maybe this year we'll be more used to it. But like once you walk into that gym again, it's like the same feeling, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm here again. And it's just such a blessing. Like I get to be here 2 years in a row, and some people never get to be here. And so even to get to the championship again, like our team is so excited, and just like we've been working so well together all year, and we just, yeah, it's like we're so excited to get to the championship, and we need to glorify God for everything He's given us through the whole year.
Zomerman with 2 of the 10 points for Unity Christian, and they're up 10-2. After the timeout by North Linn, they've got the basketball. And we've got a foul the other way. I think they're going to catch Heather Scouten.
We see Miller there cutting hard to the ball. She played every minute of that overtime game against Western Christian. She never gets tired. She's a track star too. This team was the 1A track champions, and a lot of the girls that play basketball also on the track team, and they don't get tired.
Got to be in good shape if you're going to rotate just 7 players. Here's Miller in the paint. 3 players on her. Gets it blocked. Kicking it back out. Bohr from downtown. In and out. No. And out of bounds. It will be back to North Linn. They get it into Morgan Bohr. 10-2, an 8-point lead right now for the Knights, their largest in the ball game. Miller gets caught in the paint. On the drive now down low. It's Tull, nothing there. Back to Miller, the drive, no. Rebound, and who is it last off of? It's off of North Linn, Knights ball.
So North Linn right now 1 of 6 from the field.
Having trouble putting it in. Meanwhile, Unity Christian 4 of 7, shooting 57% here in the first quarter. And they've got the ball. Zomerman, who you just heard from, to Fetters. Now in the corner. Notabone hits it. Long 2-pointer. It's a 10-point lead.
Notaboom had 12 points against South Calhoun. She's had a good tournament on 5 of 7 shooting in that game.
2:43 left here in the first. Here's a 3-pointer the other way. That's not going to fall for Morgan Bohr. Here come the Knights again. 3-pointer, De Jong off the mark and rebounded by North Linn. Miller now trying to force the action. Miller all the way, and she scores.
Miller over 2,000 career points, the 17th player in Iowa history. Averaged 26 coming into the tournament.
And averaging over 30 here in the tournament. Another 3-pointer by Unity Christian. That's off the mark, but they get the offensive board and a foul the other way. It's going to be on Maddie Bohr.
Foul number 15, Maddie Bohr, first team's third.
13 foul now for North Linn. Nearing that 2-minute mark here in the first. It's been all Unity Christian so far. Zomerman passing into the corner for Notaboom, and a traveling violation on Deidre Notaboom.
Notaboom saw the left, it was wide open.
.153 remaining in the first. North Lynn's been down the whole time. Here's Miller, and again driving in. She uses the glass, and Miller scores again, 12-6, and that's a big part of her game, Molly. We saw it in the first 2 games. She drives a lot, gets to the line, and she's tough to defend.
She can shoot the 3 as well. We've seen her knock down several of those at this tournament.
Zomerman for 2, the jump shot from about 15. Miller brings it up for the Lynx. Maddie Bohr baseline, and we've got a pushing foul on the floor. Take a look at Miller here, Molly, on the drive.
Yeah, she does a nice job of trying to draw contact. I mean, she's trying to get to the free throw line as well when she goes in there. See the other shot there by Unity Christian. They're doing it on the outside.
As Zomerman with a nice jump shot. On the inbound, the shot is up, no good, and a scramble for the basketball. The Lynx keep it. 1:10 to go in the first. Miller on the dribble. Stolen away. Stolen by DeYoung. DeYoung coast to coast, and the foul. Katie Kurt committed the foul at a three-point opportunity for the Knights.
DeYoung has over 1,000 points in her career. Her sister Kendra, the school's all-time leading scorer. There you see the steal, takes it in all the way, uses the right hand, uses the glass, and the double fist pump.
An 11-point lead for Unity Christian. (17-6), the largest lead now for the Knights. 52 seconds remaining in the quarter. Down low, Bohr gets cut off. Back outside, and another turnover. Another turnover for the Lynx. 6 now in the quarter for North Linn. 39 seconds to go. We'll see if the Knights play for the final shot of the quarter. Zomerman. And Sloten now cross-court pass. Zomerman for three. 20-6.
She's got 10 of those now at the state tournament.
What a start for Unity Christian. 20-6 here in the first quarter. 11 seconds to go. Miller's got the ball. Miller driving in, uses the glass. It doesn't go. 4 seconds left. They might get another shot off. And it'll be picked off by North Linn, and we have completed one quarter. Unity Christian 20, North Linn 6. Let's go up to Paul Yeager and find out how these two teams got here.
Thank you very much, and it was an exciting semi-final game for both of these teams. You know, North Linn was coming into this contest trying to unseat the three-time state champion. Let's take a look at the highlights from these semi-final contests. Let's begin, though, talking about Unity Christian against South Central Calhoun. Anna Keel gets a couple of baskets inside. She finished with 7 on the game, but really it was just like this game. Chandra Zomerman for 3. She was on fire in this game. That's like she's hitting shots like a hot fudge sundae is on the line or something like that. Zomerman right before the buzzer at the quarter. Got it! Oh my, what a shot! She's excited, and the Knights were too. 58-42, back in the title game for the second year, just a different class. Who would be their opponent? Well, you know it's going to be North Linn, but they had to knock off Western Christian, Nicole Miller. She had 31 in the quarterfinals. She had 30 in this ballgame. This one had 16 lead changes, mostly because of Nicole Miller. Back and forth we went. In fact, we had to go to overtime, but not before Nicole Miller would seal it. Or she would steal it and then get the deuce there. Impressive win, 73-71 in overtime. North Linn over Western Christian. Let's go back downstairs to Rick and Molly.
Thank you, Paul. Miller with all the points so far for North Linn. Nobody else has stepped up, and they trail 20-6.
Yeah, she's 3 of 7 from the field. The rest of the team 0 of 5 combined.
North Linn with the ball to begin the second quarter of play here at Wells Fargo Arena. Rick Silvestrini along with Molly Nelson. It's championship weekend for the Iowa girls, and another steal. Boy, the Knights are active on defense. Now on the break, here's Keel. Keel with the left hand, misses it. And they get their own rebound. Three-pointer. And again, it's Chandra Zomerman who's on fire.
Zomerman likes shooting in Wells Fargo Arena.
23-6. What a start for Zomerman. Here's a three-pointer the other way, and Nicole Miller answers. So Miller, 9, Unity Christian, 23. Just underway, second quarter action. Zomerman gonna lob it inside. Keel gives it up. Notaboom, no. And the turnaround shot counted in the foul. Anna Keel with the board and the follow. Had a chance for 3.
Keel, the leading scorer on this team, but somebody else who knows how to score. There's Keeler. Keel, that is.
Watch the three here
Here
by
it is.
Zolmerman.
She knows how to score.
And the free throw is missed. It's 25-9. All 9 points by Nicole Miller. The Lynx trying to find somebody else who can provide a little bit of offense. Here's Miller again from downtown. That's short. Out of bounds. Who did it last touch? It's off the Lynx. Well, you're not going to win a game, Molly, scoring with one player. Is no matter how good she is. And right now, North Linn shooting just 29% in the game.
4-14, not what Coach Wheatley wanted coming into this game.
Left-handed turnaround inside for Keel.
Keel, the leading scorer on this team. She leads the team in every category. Steals, rebounds, assists, and points.
She's got 5 in the game. Bohr. Back outside, and North Lynx is going to have to reset the offense. Here's Miller. Miller baseline, good. Wow, Nicole Miller. 11 points for Miller.
She is the offense right now. She draws 2 or 3 when she drives, but she's so smart about stopping and popping before she gets in too much trouble.
Bounce pass inside again to Keel, kicks it out. Here's another three-pointer. That one is a miss and rebounded by Miller. Miller pushing it up. Doesn't have the numbers and sets up the offense for North Linn. 5:38 to go here in the second.
I asked Coach Scheidemann, how will you defend Miller? He says, you know, we'll play a matchup. We'll kind of, we'll sag off other players to her. We may throw some junk defenses at her, but as you can see, she still finds a way to score no matter what the defense.
See if anyone else can pick up some offense here for North Linn. They get it right back to Miller. Feeds inside. Turnaround shot blocked. That shot was blocked. Bohr tried to go up hard, and Unity Christian has it back. Zomerman been in a zone so far. Passes into quarter for Notaboom. And the drive, and count it.
Coach Scheidemann calls Notaboom the offensive spark off the bench. He had 12 versus South Central Calhoun.
Carruthers picks up her third, and now North Lynn's going to take a timeout. It's 29-11, and Brian Wheatley wants to get together with his team. Let's listen to Nicole Miller and how she talked about what she did in the offseason to get ready for another win, or another chance, I should say, at the state title.
I go into the gym all the time, work hard. AAU helped a ton, I think, a ton. And I mean, I don't know, we're just pretty serious about basketball, and I've just always loved the game, and so it just keeps me motivated throughout the year.
Hey, Molly, you talked to a coach about that AAU experience, right?
She played on the All-Iowa attack team with some names that you'll recognize from the state tournament this weekend. Michaela Morgan on that team, the Iowa City West star headed to UNI, and Audrey Faber, the Dowling Catholic star who's headed to Creighton. Nicole said that it was really this summer that she started getting some looks. She got some real good exposure, and she said this summer was the big turning point for her.
Right now, though, they trail by 18. Biggest lead in the game for Unity Christian. Notaboom. 63% free throw shooter makes it. And now it's a 19-point game. 30-11. Under 5 to go in the second. You kind of wondered how much energy maybe North Linn would have. They played a tough overtime game.
Well,
and
Miller seems to have plenty of it.
And they lose the ball here, and it's a turnover, an over and back violation, and North Linn just looks out of sync.
I think Miss Iowa basketball has to be something that Nicole Miller isn't thinking about herself, but those who watch the game have to definitely put her name in the mix for that coveted title.
Unity Christian inbounds on the sideline. They lead at 32-11. Cross-court pass, Zomerman. Gives it up to DeYoung. Back to Zomerman from three-point range. NBA three-point range. Rebounded by DeYoung. Loose ball picked up by North Linn. 2-on-1 break. The pass ahead, and they couldn't get the layup. Now a three-pointer from the wing. That's off the mark. Here comes Unity Christian, but stolen away by North Linn. Maddie Bohr, and the foul. I think they're going to call it on the floor, though.
Bohr, senior, averages 12 points a game, the second leading scorer on this team.
Zomerman's first foul, so it was on the floor. And an inadvertent horn here. They'll just keep playing. 4:04, three-pointer. Miller, good!
Well, this is the Nicole Miller show right now for North Linn. You see her clapping, you see her let's go. She's a team leader, she's the vocal leader, and she's got the high basketball IQ. She's trying to will her team to compete in this state championship.
Well, Miller is single-handedly keeping North Linn in the game. Unity Christian, another three. Zomerman again! She's got 13 points here in the first half. 3:28 to go in the second quarter. Miller stops her dribble, gives it up to Maddie Bohr. Maddie Bohr gets fouled on the floor.
Maddie having some success now while putting the ball on the floor, getting the foul calls. That will lead to free throws. This is a team that shoots a lot of free throws.
15 foul for Unity Christian. So they got another one to give before there's a 1-and-1. Here's a jump shot, and finally someone else cracks the scoreboard. It's Morgan Bohr for two, and it's 33-16. Zomerman gets trapped and nearly throws the ball away, and almost a travel that time by Notaboom. Now inside the drive, no good, and a foul on the rebound, and that's going to be on Anna Keel. First foul on Keel. 33-16. North Linn with the ball, and they trail. Bohr out in three-point territory. Right back to Miller. Miller gets a screen. Back to Bohr. Bohr with her back to the basket. Kurt cross court. Maddie Bohr now. Back to Miller. Miller thought about a three, makes a quick move, goes in, scoop shot up, good! How about Nicole Miller?
Wow, her future coach Jenny Baranchuk here in the stands, and she's seen the scoring capability of this senior. She puts it on the wood, she uses the extra step, she gets around the much taller player by using her body, and she finishes.
17 first half points for Nicole Miller. Definitely no worse for wear after those first two games. And she's also an 85% free throw shooter. That's why they love getting her to the free throw line. 2:13 to go, 33-19. Second quarter action from Wells Fargo. Inside, and a foul called. This will be a 1-and-1 opportunity now.
Keel, nice job of finding that from the right wing down to the left block. They're not an easy pass to make.
DeYoung will stand in, shooting 70% from the line and makes the first. She'll play her basketball at Northwestern. 1,000 points in her career.
Basketball playing family, 3 daughters played. Kendra, the oldest, is the leading all-time scorer at Unity. There's a middle daughter, and of course that middle daughter's gonna kill me if she's watching right now. Coach told me her name and I can't quite remember it. And then Kendra played as well, all of them excellent basketball players.
Cassidy makes both, 35-19. Under 2 to go here in the second quarter. Class 2A championship game. Miller gives it up to Tall. Tall in the circle, hands it right back to Miller. Miller again splitting defenders, gets her own rebound, but then loses it off to Zomerman. Here's Zomerman on the dribble. Now Fetters. Bounce pass in the corner. Three-pointer up and buried. That was DeYoung. 38-19, 19-point lead again for Unity Christian. Nearing that 1-minute mark here in the second quarter. Second time the Knights have taken a 19-point lead. Miller in the corner. Now cutting in, and a good play and a nice drive to the basket that time by Maddie Bourne. She's going to shoot a pair.
Miller, of course, draws a lot of defenders. She averages 26 points a game, but she also averages 5 assists. She knows how to look for teammates when she draws a lot of defenders.
Free throw good by Bohr. Bohr's a 65% free throw shooter. Both of these teams, good free throw shooting teams. The Lynx at 69%, the Knights 67. And makes them both. 38-21, 53 seconds to go before half. Fetters takes it into the front court. Wide open. Underneath that time was Timmermans, who's checked in the game.
Well, Unity can afford to use some clock here, and they're wise to do so.
But Scheidemann putting some other players in here, not a bad idea, so nobody picks up a cheap foul. 24 seconds to go, and it's a steal. A steal by Maddie Bohr. Bohr with 2 players on her and draws the foul, and back to the free throw line goes Maddie Bohr. So sloppy play there by the Knights as they try to work the clock down. How many times do we see that in high school basketball, Molly, where coaches try to play for that final shot, and more often than not, it doesn't quite work out.
It doesn't. It's hard to do. Just as soon as you take a breath as a player and maybe, you know, soften up for just a second, that's when that ball gets stolen.
Or misses the first. Morgan Bohr is going to sit down here with 18.8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Maddie, 65% from the line this year and makes the second. 38-22, 18-8 left, and a full court press put on by the Lynx. And Slotin, and that's a double dribble, and when you put in players that don't play a lot, those kind of things can happen, and Van Slotin commits the turnover.
North Linn got 10 steals against Western Christian. They got 25 points off of turnovers. That's how they were able to win that basketball game.
You know, Coach Scheidemann just doesn't want any of his starters to pick up a foul, but again, you're putting players in that don't have a lot of experience. 8 seconds left on the clock. Driving in is Bohr. Beautiful pass inside, and they get 2.
And Tola, freshman who played on the JV team until Christmas and then got the call to play for varsity, makes a point here in the state championship.
Well, the Lynx were down by as much as 19. They've cut it to 14. It's certainly manageable, but it's been all Unity Christian here in the first half. They have led throughout. They got off to a fantastic start, and they lead it 38-24. We're going to send things up to Paul Yeager, who's got an interview coming up with Unity Christian head coach Jay Scheidemann.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. We are here at halftime, and as we said, we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming for you here in a little bit, but we want to go back down to the court and talk with head coach Jay Scheidemann. Unity Christian coach, you're off to a pretty good start. Good shooting. Zummerman 13, DeYoung 12. Is that the way you designed it?
Well, that's the way you'd like to draw it up as a coach, but it doesn't always go that way. So we've been shooting the ball pretty well in the first half, and a little bit of a struggle there towards the end with a little foul trouble, but still we got a lead, but not a very comfortable one. So 14 points, sometimes that lulls you into a false sense of security there. So
Miller still has 12. She is getting her points. Do you have to make any adjustments on her?
No, she's going to get her points. She's a great player. I mean, you know, I think we've been playing pretty good D. Maybe take away a couple of those three-pointers and, you know, run the help a little bit quicker so she doesn't get so far into the lane.
Sure.
But she's going to get her points. I mean, we know that. We're just going to try and make sure she doesn't get all the points.
That's right. All right, Coach Jay Scheidemann, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back down. Now we're going to, we've got a lot, like I said, we have some scholarships to give away. Let's go back down to the public address.
The Jack North Basketball Award is given annually to the top senior that receives the most all-tournament votes at the state basketball tournament. Presenting the award, which is named in honor of the late Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's information director, is Mike Dick, Executive Director of the IGHSAU. The Jack North Award recipient from the 2014 state basketball tournament is Alexis Conaway of MOC Floyd Valley. Alexis, the reigning Miss Iowa basketball, averaged 25.3 points in leading MOC Floyd Valley to the Class 3A state championship. She set a 5-player record in the state semifinals when she poured in 46 points along with 13 rebounds in a semifinal round victory over Mediapolis. Alexis also led the 3A tournament in steals and was named captain of the 2014 all-tournament team. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the recipient of the Jack North Basketball Award from MOC Floyd Valley, Alexis Conaway. The E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship, honoring the longtime Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Executive Secretary, is a $15,000 scholarship given annually to the Iowa girl that best represents Dr. Cooley's ideal of the Iowa girl. Presenting tonight's award is IGHSAU Executive Director Mike Dick. Mackenzie Swanson, a senior from Harlan High School, has been named the 2015 recipient of the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship Award. Mackenzie was selected from 111 applicants from high schools across Iowa. Mackenzie's very active at Harlan. She ranks first in her class of 114 with a 4.0 GPA and is president of her senior class. She's a 2-year member of the National Honor Society and is president of the Harlan chapter of Business Professionals of America while staying busy with drama and choir. Off the court, she has spearheaded several cancer fundraisers and volunteers at the Little Cyclone youth basketball and volleyball programs. Mackenzie has also enjoyed success in her athletic endeavors. She was an all-tournament team selection on the Cyclones' back-to-back state volleyball championship teams and is a member of Harlan's state championship basketball squad. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2015 recipient of the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship, Mackenzie Swanson of Harlan. The Character Counts Coach of the Year Award honors a worthy recipient who embodies the 6 pillars of character: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Rather than spotlight winning records and isolated acts of heroism or generosity, the award was conceived to recognize individuals whose coaching lives and achievements demonstrate an enduring commitment. Presenting tonight's award is Scott Racker from the Robert D. and Billy Ray Center, Chuck Long from the Iowa Sports Foundation, and Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Executive Director Mike Dick. The 2015 recipient of the Character Counts Coach of the Year is Dan Davis of Urbandale. In recognition of this honor, a $1,000 cash award will be made in Dan's name to the Urbandale Athletic Department to further enhance character development initiatives. Dan has taught and coached at Urbandale for the last 17 years. The 1995 Northern Iowa graduate has been the head girls cross-country coach since 1999, and his teams have finished 5th or higher at the state cross-country meet 5 times, including 2 second-place finishes. He has coached 12 elite All-Staters and has been named Class 4A Regional Coach of the Year 10 times. Dan is here tonight with his wife, Stephanie. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2015 Character Counts Coach of the Year, Dan Davis from Urbandale. Congratulations. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's Executive Directors Award is presented each year to an individual or organization that has made a notable contribution toward enhancing the experience for Iowa girls in high school athletics. 2015 marks the inaugural year this annual award will be presented. Presenting the award is IGHSAU Executive Director Mike Dick. The Fort Dodge Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department are the initial recipients of the Executive Director's Award. Accepting the award on the behalf of the Fort Dodge Parks and Recreation and Forestry Department is Lori Branderhorst, Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, Jim Winter, Rogers Park Superintendent, Chad Graff, Lakeside Golf Course Superintendent, and Ryan Mayle, Recreation Administrator. Since 1970, the city of Fort Dodge has hosted the IGHSAU State Softball Tournament at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex and the State Cross Country Meet at Lakeside Country Club since 1993. The Fort Dodge Parks Department have made Rogers Park and Lakeside premier venues and have helped provide 4.5 decades of memories for countless high school girls across the state. On behalf of the thousands of athletes that have participated at Rogers Park and Lakeside, we thank you for your countless hours of behind-the-scenes work and making the Fort Dodge State Tournaments venues great. Congratulations. The Jack North Commemorative Award is the highest honor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union awards to an individual. The award has been given just 15 times in the 87-year history of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting the award is IGHSAU Executive Director Mike Dick. The 2015 recipient of the Jack North Award is Mike Stanley. Mike has been active with the IGHSAU for many years. He served on the Girls Athletic Union Representative Council and on the IGHSAU Board of Directors from 1995 to 2004. Since his retirement, Mike has been part of the bench crew at the state basketball tournament and is a diamond supervisor at the state softball tournament. Mike, a native of Sydney, served as a teacher and school administrator at Carson, Macedonia, Midland, Underwood, Malvern, and Bedford before his last stop at AHST in Avoca, serving as the school's athletic director and principal until his retirement in 2004. Mike is also recognized as one of the top track and field officials in Iowa, serving as a starter for over 30 Iowa State track and field meets. Mike and his wife Michael are the parents of 3 sons, Sean, Dave, and Jim, and are grandparents to Mackenzie and Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 recipient of the Jack North Commemorative Award, Mike Stanley. The First Lady Award is given to a daughter of Iowa, recognizing the millions of girls in the Commonwealth who have carried the tradition and training of a sport into varied and important careers, and for singularly illustrious and most memorable accomplishments. Longtime trainer coach Gail Hardigan is the latest recipient of the prestigious Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's First Lady Award. Gail is just the 11th individual to receive this award. The former Gail Ehrenholtz was a multi-sport athlete from Manila, playing for Hall of Fame coach Larry Bullock on the 1970 basketball team that finished second at state. She began an illustrious coaching career in 1975, coaching at Lake City, Woodbine, and finally Trainer. During that time, she amassed over 600 victories and ranks 4th among active coaches and 11th all time. She guided Trainer to the first ever Class 1A 5-player state championship in 1994 and was named Co-State Coach of the Year by the Des Moines Register that year. She has coached the Cardinals to 13 state tournament appearances. Gail also coached the Trainer volleyball team to 12 state tournament trips in a 15-year span, reaching the state championship match twice and the state semifinals 5 times, while compiling 451 career wins. She continues to coach the Trainer girls track team, finishing as the state runner-up in 1997. Gail has been honored by her peers as a Hall of Fame coach, both in basketball and volleyball, and has also been the recipient of the IGHSAU Golden Plaque of Distinction Award. Gail has served terms on various IGHSAU committees, including a stint on the Girls Athletic Union Board of Directors. With Gail tonight are her husband Tom and children Blair, Kyle, and Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the recipient of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's First Lady Award, trainers Gail Hardigan. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations to all of our award winners tonight. But joining me now is Craig Hill with the Iowa Farm Bureau. And you kind of make a lot of this possible, Craig. So why is the Iowa Farm Bureau involved with girls sports?
Well, Paul, we're just extremely proud to be a part of this amazing tournament. And you know, in 1920, the girls state tournament began. This is the longest running girls state tournament in the whole country and one of the very best. And so just to be a part of this is an honor for us. But you know, we're showcasing these young ladies, these student athletes down here on the floor tonight. And that's some of the best things about Iowa. We just really enjoy that. But you got to invest in Iowa's youth. So we attempt to do that at Farm Bureau, and we provide scholarships, grants, recognition programs, awards to these student athletes throughout the year, millions of dollars actually over the course of the year. And you know, I think it's important to invest in Iowa's youth. That's investing in Iowa.
And, you know, when you watch like that first game, when it's so close, you know, people are watching that might not have a rooting interest. You got to go, okay, we're in the right field.
That's right.
All right.
In addition, you know, we have the Hall of Pride just on the south side of Wells Fargo Arena. It's a great venue, and I think everybody should try to attend that. We celebrate, we highlight Iowa's communities, schools, teachers, coaches, all there. Another thing that we sponsor from the Iowa Farm Bureau, and it's just a great place to be this year during tournament season.
All right, very good. Appreciate you coming up, Craig Hill. Good, always good to see you with the Iowa Farm Bureau. All right, now we need to talk about something else here, because in each of Bill Harmsen's first 3 seasons as head coach at Western Christian, his girls have won the last game of the year. On Thursday afternoon, the second-ranked Wolfpack's dreams of a 4th straight championship came to an early end in a 73-71 loss to the North Linn Lynx. But there are many ways to measure success in high school athletics. And earlier this season, IPTV Sports traveled to Iowa's northwest corner to discover what fuels this program's success and whether state titles are the ultimate goal for this small school from Hull.
Our 2014 Class 2A state champions, the Wolfpack from Western Christian, and Coach Bill Harmsen.
3 state titles for the Wolfpack, and they will take another trophy home to Hull. What a performance, and a dominating one here tonight. They win it 79-55, and for Coach Bill Harmsen, 3 trips to state.
There he is, Bill Harmsen. How you doing? I don't make you watch this again. You've seen it. I know.
The practice we had that morning was so awesome. I was walking with my assistant coach out on the basketball floor, and this is just a great moment. We're walking out, and I said to him, these girls are going to take coaching right out of our hands. And they did. We had great seats for the game. We just watched them.
I think some people in the area think, well, you're this elite prep school, blah, 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 and it's not. I mean, these are rural families that are very middle class. We've got girls from different communities, and so it's more of a little broader community base. They pay, you know, a big part of their savings and income to get a Christian education. And you see that at the board level all the time, where people just struggling, but they make it. You'll go to games, and there'll be these 75-year-old, you know, elderly people that no kids playing, no grandkids playing, and they'll show up on a 10 below night just because. I think that commitment just filters through everything and builds on itself. And so as a board member and as a parent and a constituent, it's great to see.
Western Christian is a choice made at birth. Our people make a commitment to Christian education when they're married. Really, Western Christian has been known as a volleyball school for many, many years, and not so much girls basketball. And now, obviously, since Bill has taken over, we've won 3 straight titles. You have to, first of all, have very, very good players. And Bill has been fortunate, and he'd be the first to tell you that without the players, this doesn't happen. A second factor is Bill's a very good coach. Bill played for me, and then Bill was assistant coach for me for 7 years.
There you got her. There you got her.
He has a real good knack and understanding of how to handle girl basketball players.
Good. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I coached girls directly out of college. Oh, was that hard?
Here we go.
There are distinct differences to coaching girls from boys, communication-wise. It's an individual. How you doing? You know, how's your day going? How'd your test go?
Kyra, you are going to post up like crazy right there. We're going to look to get the ball to Kyra.
Girls are very literal. If we want the ball to go there, it's going to go there.
He focuses on the girls individually.
Post, Britt. Post. Be a threat.
Each girl learns differently.
Come on, Ash. Knock it down, Abby.
If you can develop a relationship with your coach, it makes it easier to want to play for him, to want to work hard.
Girls do play better having fun, and you can tell when they're not having fun. It's amazing how it correlates. When I'm not having fun, they're not having fun.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. We definitely don't deserve to win. We might still win.
This year, our goal was toughness. That's what he said. Our team really lacks toughness. He's going to get after us if we can't take it personally.
That was ridiculous. You're firing the ball right at people's heads. There's just no feel. You got to be quick, but not in a hurry.
Mr. Harmson just knows who can take what. He knows if he can yell at you or if he has to, like, explain it more to you.
Use your left hand, kiddo. Use your left hand.
He knows what to do with you, and he knows where to put you on the team, and he knows all his players, and he cares about us.
If I don't hear you talking, yelling, playing with passion, see it on your face, getting stops, then we're just going to rotate you out. All right, let's go. Here we go, Wolfpack.
My dad was a driver. God gave you a new day. What are you doing on your rear? Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Quit messing around and playing AAU ball. One dribble, get fouled, go to the line, shoot free throws.
That part of me still is inside. This team has the pieces to the puzzle, again, to be successful down at the state tournament. Is it a goal to get there? Yes, that is one of the girls' goals. Is it a goal to win it? It never has been. When you're in a school like Western, the #1 goal is, are we reaching kids at a level to where we can get them closer to their relationship with God on a daily basis, even when doing drills on the basketball floor? And my goal is to have these kids so prepared and so ready to go, not only on the basketball floor, but when those 4 walk across stage here in May, that they're ready. That's the goal.
He really encourages us to build our individualism and just to really grasp our own faith in what we believe and really to find out who we are as people, and I think that just applies to all areas of life.
From a board perspective, that's the kind of coach we want. He's building a program, not just a season.
Girls dream of becoming a volleyball player at Western Christian. And now I think girls are starting to dream of becoming a basketball player also. And you can do both. We're learning that.
Bill Harmson is with us now, head coach of Western Christian. And Coach, I'll ask you, North Linn, Nicole Miller, she scored a lot of points against the other night. She's got some now. How do you get North Linn back in this ball game?
Well, Nicole Miller has to keep doing what she's doing. Yesterday against Art, a lot of their role players hit big shots for them, and in order to get back in the game, that's going to have to happen again.
All right, Dave Burks, coach at South Central Calhoun. A lot's going right for Unity. Do they make any changes?
I don't think so. The thing that takes them so far is their defense, and even though Nicole's scoring a lot, she's the only one. So Unity's defense is going to carry them all the way.
All right, Dave Burks from South Central Calhoun, Bill Harmson, Western Christian. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Sorry for the short time, but we've got a second half to play. Let's go down to Rick and Molly.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul, Molly. You heard from both coaches. I mean, Nicole Miller has 17 points, the rest of the team 7. But with that kind of prolific score, they're not out of this game yet.
No, they could definitely come back. Their defense has been a key for them all season. The rest of the team, though, needs to look to score, and they need to connect. They're not shooting very well right now. The rest of the team, 2 of 8 from the field. As a team, 9 of 22. But on the other end, Unity shooting well right now, 4 of 15 for 56%. Rebounds, a bit something worth noting here. Unity, the taller team, 5 more rebounds than North Linn.
16 more minutes to go, and a champion will be crowned here in Class 2A. Will it be the Knights trying to finish undefeated, or will North Linn come back and snatch the title away? Here's the three-pointer. It's up and good by Cassidy DeYoung, and what a start in the second half for the Knights.
Well, I think DeYoung heard you. She was 0 of 5 from three-point land versus South Central Calhoun, but that one right on.
41-24. North Linn, their first chance here in the second half. Dobney bouncing it over to Carruthers. They were looking for Miller inside. Now here's Maddie Bohr, loses the ball, and it's a turnover. Turnovers plaguing the team in the first half. North Linn had 8 in the first half. That's number 9.
They only had 9 for the game against Western Christian.
1 minute taken care of here in the third quarter, and it's Unity Christian up 41-24, and they've got the basketball. There's another three-pointer. That's off the mark. Offensive board, though, by Scouten. She's having a hard time getting rid of the ball, and there's a scramble for it. Miller comes up with it, and the Lynx get the steal. Here's Miller kicking it out. Bohr with a fake. Back to Miller. And they just collapse on her whenever she touches that basketball. 17 first half points. Domney backs it out and gives it to Miller. Bohr finds a little crease, goes in, doesn't score, and the rebound for the Knights. Pulled down by DeYoung. Knights on the run. DeYoung, and she's fouled, and 2 free throws coming up for the senior.
DeYoung had 12 points in the first half for Unity.
Averages just over 14 points on the season. Point behind Anna Keel for the team lead. And official stops play here.
What's he got?
And let's see what the problem is. One of the officials looking over toward the corner.
All right, free ladies, 2 of them.
2 free throws, maybe some talk about how many free throws DeYoung would shoot.
And the first one is in. They confirmed it was on Dobney. Just her first, she's gonna go out.
DeYoung was on the all-tournament team last year when they made it to the championship game in 3A.
Makes both, 43-24. Again, tying their biggest lead of the game at 19. Just when you think the Lynx might be working their way back in, Unity Christian extends that lead again. And a loose ball, scramble for it. We've got a tie-up and a jump ball. And the possession arrow will go to North Linn. .555 remaining in the third quarter in this 2A championship game. Bohr takes the inbounds pass, gives it to Miller. Driving in, and that's off the mark. Pulled down by DeYoung. Gonna try to catch him sleeping here. Keel gets the pass to DeYoung. Now Fetters. And Zomerman will reset for the Knights. On the dribble, getting a little screen. Air ball put up, and Bohr comes down with the board. Looking ahead for Miller, and Miller scores on the break. Transition basket by the Lynx, and Miller with 19.
Miller is in amazing shape. I do not want to race her. I don't want to run up and down with her because she never quits. She's trying to get her team back in this.
43-26 right now, though. Down low, shot up, and good. Inside is Anna Keel. Keel with 7.
Nice feed to Keel. Keel did a nice job making herself a big target there on the block. Turn and use the glass.
The other problem with being this far behind, it takes a lot of energy to get back in the game. This team played an overtime in the semifinals against Western Christian, winning it 73-71. There's a shot inside and good.
And it's worth noting, this court is 10 feet longer than the court they normally play on. Talked to Coach Wheatley about that and how players like Miller have to go the distance against Western and play that extra 4 minutes. But these are young players. They can feed on adrenaline. But they do talk about how this court is longer.
Anna Keel commits the turnover on the travel. Bringing it up for North Linn is Maddie Bohr. Kurt, who checked in the game's got the ball. Bohr in the corner. Long cross-court pass. This one's for Kurt. Kurt on the drive gets bumped. Back out to Miller. Miller from the NBA 3, and that barely hit the rim. And we're going to get a foul, and that's going to be on the Knights. I think they caught DeYoung on a push. That's her 3rd, so that's a big foul there for Unity Christian.
The NBA lines are here, of course, for the Iowa Energy. The other lines see the high school line. Miller can make that. She's got an NBA-type 3-point game.
So DeYoung has to go out with 17 points with 3 fouls. That's a big break for the Lynx. Here's a 3-pointer. Hits up and it's good by Maddie Bohr. 45-31, 14-point game.
Bohr had 17 against Western Christian.
Unity Christian loses the basketball, gets it back. 3-pointer from the wing. That's an air ball. A scramble for it out of bounds, and they get the ball back. Scouten will reset the offense. Zomerman to Fetters. Fetters baseline fouled, and 2 free throws coming up for Alyssa Fetters. Well, North Linn is going to need a lot more of this to get back in the ball game. Somebody other than Miller providing offense.
And you see the penetration by Miller, draws 2 defenders, she kicks out and finds her teammate.
Free throw is good by Fetters. Fetters, a 63% free throw shooter, 1 more ahead for her. And makes them both. Justine Van Sloten now in for the Knights. Senior, averages a couple of points a ball game. 3:06 remaining here in the 3rd. It's 47-31 in favor of Unity Christian. The Knights perfect on the year, 26-0. 3-pointer up and rattled in again by Maddie Bohr.
Well, first it was Maddie. That one was Morgan. No, that was Katie Kurt.
That was actually Kate Kurt, excuse me.
Katie Kurt, the junior, checked into the game. She hit the 3.
So Kurt coming in the game with 19 threes on the year, and it's a 47-34 game. Van Sloten. You've got to foul the other way. Let's watch this 3 again by Katie Kurt.
Kurt likes that red line. That's a long ways to the hoop. She nails it.
The D-League 3 here at Wells Fargo. And now the lead is 13. Knights inbound, they lob it down low. And they get the inside play. Beautifully done to Anna Keel.
Yeah, Zomerman did a nice job of finding her. Their lob was just right.
Bohr tipped away, and a bump and a foul, and that will be on Van Sloten. See another substitution, this time for the Lynx. Carruthers back in for Morgan Bohr. 2:16 to go in the third. Inside, a nice play, beautifully done to Carruthers. Draws the foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Kayla Carruthers. Carruthers, a pretty quiet tournament offensively. No points in the quarters, just 4 in the semis.
Coach Wheatley's saying she's really a role player for this team. What he likes about her is she does whatever they ask. She doesn't complain. Some games she plays, 10, 15 minutes. Other games it's 5 minutes. Really likes her game and what she's brought to this North Linn team this season.
This is the first. Second one on the way, and that's good. Shooting 63% on the year from the free throw line. It's 49 to 35. Mentally, Molly, how important is it for North Linn to maybe get this to 10 points before the fourth quarter?
That 10 always feels better, doesn't it? When you're watching a basketball game, you're cheering for your team at home. You think 10, you think they're within 10, they're within a few 3 threes, 5 baskets. It'd be nice for North Linn, if you're a North Linn fan, to go into the fourth that way.
That's the 3rd foul for Anna Keel, so some foul trouble here for the Knights as we wind down the 3rd quarter. Ball back to the Lynx. Katie Kurt. Tall stops her dribble, bounce pass inside, and a loose ball. We're going to have a jump ball, and the possession arrow will go to Unity Christian.
3 Knights around Miller that time. Maybe like to see North Linn try a ball fake to Miller, draw the defense toward her, then skip it over to another open player.
Fetters is going to come in for Van Sloten. 1:43 to go in the 3rd period. Unity Christian has led from the start. Their biggest lead has been 19. Last achieved at the 4:58 mark of the 2nd quarter. On the drive in, using the glass, and good for Scouten. Now over the 50-point mark for the Knights, 51-35. Miller gets a screen, and now throws the ball away. Still on the court, scramble for it, and we'll have another jump ball. Lynx ball this time.
Six players have now scored for Unity.
Brooke Dobney, Morgan Bohr back in for the Lynx. 1:14 to go in the 3rd. The Knights, who moved down in a class, trying to win the title in 2A. This shot over the backboard, and it goes the other way. It's their 5th trip here to the state tournament, 1983, 02, 08, and then last year that runner-up in Class 3A.
Coach Scheidemann, a Unity grad himself, went to Northwestern up there in Orange City, played a year of basketball, 2 years of baseball.
In his 12th season, 175 wins. 44 seconds to go, and nearly losing the ball as Scouten gets it back, and now a foul the other way, and Maddie Bohr, I really think she had her tied up pretty well and then committed the foul. That's her 2nd. So now 38.8 left here in the quarter. And Zomerman, who started this game on fire, gives it off to Fetters. Fetters, thought she moved her pivot foot. Back to Zomerman, 24 seconds remaining. Fetters, Notaboom gets it blocked, but an offensive rebound. 15 seconds to go, and another block, and another offensive board, and this time Keel cleans things up for Unity Christian. 8 seconds left in the quarter. 53-35. Miller, and this one does not go, and that's going to be the end of 3. 53-35. Unity Christian 8 minutes away from claiming the Class 2A title.
Well, you see Unity Christian there. Shot gets blocked 2 times. They stay after it. They get the O board. They're scoring in the paint. They're scoring from the outside. Things going right now for Unity Christian. 8 of 34 from the field for 52%. Good game right now.
Well, if you want to know how far both of these teams traveled to get to Des Moines in this state championship, there's that board located over at the Iowa Hall of Pride. And You can see Unity Christian way up in the northwestern part of the state in North Linn, north of Cedar Rapids there. 152 miles, but Unity Christian had the longer trip, Molly.
North Linn is in Coggin. Students also come from Walker and Troy Mills to attend North Linn High School.
It's been an impressive performance by this team. Have never trailed in the game. They took a 20-6 lead after one. Second quarter was dead even, each team scoring 18, and then Unity Christian outscored North Linn by 4 in the third, and that's where we are right now, 53-35 with 8 minutes to go.
Unity, 9 offensive rebounds, 9 second chance points.
Well, if you're North Linn, I think you've got to start taking some chances now, Molly. You've just not been able to work your way back in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they take some chances with threes and see if somebody can spark them here.
Well, that somebody is Nicole Miller, but how many points does she have in her? We know she had 30 and 31 in the 2 previous games here at the state tournament. It might take 40 for her to get her team a victory tonight.
She's got 19, Unity Christian with the ball. They kick it outside to Fetters. Now on the drive, Zomerman back out to Fetters in the corner, 3-ball up, and it is good. DeYoung for 3. "21-point lead, the largest in the game. And the shot no good. Here come the Knights again, and losing it, but out of bounds is the Lynx. Stepped on the line. Maddie Bohr tried to save it. And it goes to the Knights, who have now extended that lead to 56-35. And a steal on the inbounds play. Miller nearly loses the ball to Bohr. Bohr, a quick step. 3 defenders in front of her. Uses the glass. No, trying to get her own rebound. Pulled down by Morgan Bohr. Morgan goes up, no good. And a foul on the rebound. Gonna get Carruthers. Check that, it's gonna be on Brooke Dobney. Dobney picks up her second, 5th team foul. And there is 7 minutes remaining in this ball game. If you missed the opener in 1A, it was Newell Fonda, an exciting game over Springville, 45-43. And inside again, and now the Knights are just taking over. Keel for 2.
Great interior passing, scouting that is, finds Keel on the inside.
Jump shot up, no good. Offensive board, and they missed that one. Morgan Bohr could not put in the putback. This game is getting out of hand in favor of Western Christian. 3-pointer, and another one buried by DeYoung. It's a 17-1 run.
DeYoung now has 20 points, make that 23 in the game.
And a timeout called by Brian Wheatley. His team in big-time trouble.
Look at the passing by Unity Christian, though. They were in this game last year. It was a different class, but they've been here. They like this stage. They find each other. They dribble. They weave. It goes to the high post, inside, across. Wow.
4 players touching the ball there.
Clicking. I think they call that clicking. Things are clicking right now for the Knights.
23 points there for DeYoung. Let's listen in to the Lynx, who right now are trailing 61-35.
After Nicole cuts, we should have it. Okay, then you got to go look to score. Okay, guys, we've had 2 or 3 layups in a row. You got to go put them in. Okay, come on, here we go. Let's go. All right. Hey, get after them. Keep working on defense. Wait for that first thorn here. We have some time. Okay.
Doesn't get much simpler than that for Brian Wheatley. When you've got the open looks, you've got to score, and they just haven't been able to do it.
Wheatley in his 11th season at North Linn. He coached boys. He was an assistant boys coach for 5 years prior to that. Before he took over this North Linn team, they were 0-20, and now he's playing for a state title. It's an uphill battle here to get it, but they're happy to be here. They were confident coming in, and they took down Western Christian to get to this game.
And he was the 2A Southeast Regional Coach of the Year. 6:15 left in this game. Unity Christian up 61-35. 3-pointer on the way, and it's good by Nicole Miller.
Well, Miller doesn't need much time to get it off. She's now 3 of 6 from three-point land.
61-38. You're going to see some more pressure here by the Lynx, trying to force a turnover or two. Zomerman to DeYoung. Back to Zomerman. 5:43 remaining in the fourth. On the drive and going through 3 defenders is Cassidy DeYoung, who now has 25 in the game.
Wow. DeYoung just keeps adding to those over 1,000 points she has in her career.
She'll be heading to the Big Ten and playing for Northwestern.
Up in
Or
Orange
actually,
City.
the other Northwestern,
The
Orange
other
City
one.
Northwestern,
The
I'm
one that
sorry.
a lot of the people that play for Unity go play for.
5:10 remaining, turnaround jump shot, good. Good by Morgan Bohr. (63-40), 23-point lead. The largest was 26. We're under 5 to go. Inside again, and using the left hand this time is Anna Keel. Keel's got 15.
Credit Fetters there. Nice job on the high-low. Crisp passing, and they get the bucket and, of course, the assist for Fetters.
Scouten commits the foul. Actually, it's Fetters who picked up the foul. Katie Kurt back in for the Lynx. 65-40. It's been all Unity Christian. Tall nearly lost it. Looking for Miller inside, and it's stolen. Fast break. A lot of white out there. Trying to save it, but into the hands of North Linn. North Linn now on offense. Three-pointer by Bohr. No good, and a foul. That's going to be on Ashley Tull. 16 foul.
Tull, a freshman. Coach Wheatley said she has so much potential. Played on the JV, got the call up after Christmas, and he's really just seen her improve, and looking forward to her future as a Lynx.
She's 5'10". And now a foul, and that is number 7. Now the 1-and-1. Cassidy DeYoung, 70% free throw shooter on the season. She's 5 of 5 tonight. 6 of 6 now. Nota Boom going to replace Fetters. One more free throw for Cassidy DeYoung. And it's good. 67-40. Pointer in the corner, short. And Miller hits the floor. It's going to be on the Lynx. Might have just got Miller here. No, it will be on Morgan Bohr. And again, free throws coming up for Cassidy DeYoung.
Well, this isn't how the Lynx drew it up. After
No.
you take down Western, the returning state champ, going for their 4th in a
Fourth,
row,
yeah.
correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to think about that. It's just so amazing. You take them down, you come into this game so confident. You're on cloud 9. But Unity, they've just stepped on them in almost every category. Shooting percentage, rebounding, points in the paint. They've put it all together here tonight.
Free throw shooting as well. They're over 85% in the game from the line. And it's 69-40. Lynx had to overcome a 9-point deficit in that final quarter against Worcester Christian just to pull it out. So you think about the energy to tie that game, send it to overtime, get the win. And you're right, maybe sometimes it feels like that may have been the championship game.
Well, and Unity, on the other hand, they beat Cascade by 19. South Central Calhoun by 16. 2 different roads here to this state championship game, and 2 teams playing equally as hard, but North Linn, not how they would have put the X's and O's out.
Yeah, Coach Wheatley is going to make some wholesale substitutions here as he's throwing the white flag up. And you can't blame him. Has not been their night. Give credit to Unity Christian, as Molly said, has played a superb basketball game. The ball's out of bounds, and we're going to see several players come in now for North Linn. Got Carruthers coming in along with Taylor Burke. See if he can catch the rest. Jessica Reckamer also in.
You see the fans giving him a round of applause.
Coach Wheatley hugging his players. Some tears there on the bench. It's not going to be their day. 2:43 remaining. Somerman trying to roll one in. They get the offensive board and a tie-up and a jump ball. Possession arrow this time will go to the Lennox.
Miller
going to get Miller out.
Yep, she'll come out.
Standing ovation for her, and I'll tell you what, the Unity Christian fans are standing as well.
They were the first to hop up. It says a lot about what Miller's done. Over 2,000 points in her career.
Hugging Coach Brian Wheatley and the assistant coaches, and she's had a heck of a run in high school, but it's coming to an end tonight. Player basketball right here in Des Moines at Drake University. And she'll be in line for that all-tournament MVP, which will be announced right after this game. 2:22 left. Turnaround shot, no. Keel pulls it down. We're gonna see some new players coming in for the Knights here. 2:12 left, and Coach Skeideman wants to get a substitution timeout so he can get his other players in. And a big round of applause by the Unity Knight fans. They've got this one in the books.
Coach Skeideman, his first state championship.
Well, I knew he was pretty comfortable at the half when he was talking to Paul, because he just kept talking. He didn't even want to go back to the locker room. He loved it.
There was a lot of good things to say. You know, North Linn, on the other, 9 seniors on this team, 9 players that Coach Wheatley has to say goodbye to.
We're under 2 minutes to go. Here's a 3-pointer. Put up that time by Carruthers, no good. Bounce pass inside, and we've got a foul before the shot. That was Josie Blakespoor.
You look at Unity, Rick, and they return 4 starters from this team. I mean, they lose DeYoung, so that's 14 points a game. But you look at their leading scorer off the bench, Notaboom, she's back too. So Coach Skeideman, he's excited, of course, about this championship. He'll savor that, but some excitement coming up next year as well.
Rebounded here by the Lynx, 1:34 left. Coach Skeideman now going to get a couple of more players in here. He may use another timeout to try to get those players in. 1:22 remaining. And nearly a double dribble, but picked up by Taylor Burke. Reckamer to Carruthers. And Carruthers stops her dribble, and now North Linn is also going to make some more substitutions. And the ball stolen away by the Knights at 57 seconds. And one of these coaches, I believe, will take a substitution timeout here. And it will be Coach Skeideman to get everybody in. All 5 new players for the Lynx, 3 new players for the Knights.
Right.
Ironically, this will be the first loss all year for North Linn against a team from Iowa. It took a team from Wisconsin to knock them off in the regular season. A 3-pointer up and no good, 47 seconds left. Meanwhile, the Knights go undefeated, 27-0. And a foul. That'll be on Stephanie Westra. Just the 6th foul, though, on the Knights, so North Linn will inbound. 37 seconds to go.
That's her first team 6.
LeGrand.
So if you're North Linn, when you talk about this when you're old like me, guess what you say? I played in the state championship game. I don't have to mention the score. Great memories made down here this week. Team unity, team bonding. These are the kinds of things they can talk about. Of course, they want to come out with a win, but just think of the fun experience of being here at Wells Fargo Arena and ending your season in the championship game.
Three-pointer put up, and the rebound. The clock winds down, and that's going to do it as the Knights make it 27-0 and a 2A title. Hugs all around for the Unity Christian Knights. They are champions in Class 2A. And they do it in grand fashion, going undefeated, never trailing in this ball game. And from the start, they set the tone, and they win it. For North Linn, 25-2 on the year. That's how they will end their season. Coach Skydeman, the big hug.
And now for your 2015 Class 2A All-Tournament team. Presenting the awards is Craig Hill, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. From North Linn, Morgan Borer. From Unity Christian, from Unity Christian, Cassidy DeYoung. From South Central Calhoun, Haley Burks. From Western Christian, Jamie Gasink. From Unity Christian, Shanda Zomerman. And the captain of the 2015 Class 2A All-Tournament team from North Linn, Nicole Miller.
Team. Each of these two teams putting 2 players on. Miller winning the MVP. And now for the presentation of the awards.
Presenting awards of the Girls Athletic Union Board of Directors, Dave Wilkerson, Greg Ebling, George Tracy, and Tom Kinseth. Your Class 2A state runner-ups is the Lynx from North Linn and head coach Brian Wheatley. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Class 2A state champions, the Knights from Unity Christian and head coach Jay Steidemann.
The Knights are the champs, 69-40, convincing victory. For the highlights, let's go back up to Paul Yeager.
Runners up a year ago, champions tonight. Let's see how the Unity Christian Knights did it. And it was an early shooting barrage. Chandra Zomerman, but let's first talk about Nicole Miller. She goes coast to coast for the most for 2. And the Lynx, that was one of their first 2 buckets of the ball game, but they were trailing 12-2 at the point of those shots. Nicole Miller, she was named captain of the 2A All-Tournament team, but it was Chandra Zomerman again for 3 there. She had 3 3-pointers in this contest for a total of 13 points for the game. There's another one of her 3s. She felt it tonight, just like she did in the semifinal. In the second half, Nicole Miller and the Lynx trying to cut into this lead. Good pass up front. She got her points tonight. Unity had a hard time stopping her. The future Drake Bulldog would finish the night with 22 and 83 in the tournament. But it was Cassidy DeYoung's night for Unity. There was a 3-ball after another shot. Cassidy DeYoung, 29 points. Look at this move, to the rack, and 2 more. And the Unity Christian Knights are your state champions in Class 2A. And an impressive finish there. Coach Jay Scheidemann and the Unity Christians will take that trophy back to Orange City. Let's go back downstairs to Rick Silvestrini.
Thank you, Paul, and getting their pictures taken with the traditional roses and the trophy. Picture that will be hanging at the school for many, many years to come. Coach Scheidemann working his way over. We'll get an interview with him along with Cassidy DeYoung. And here's Molly Nelson with Cassidy.
Hey, we're courtside right now with the state champions in Class 2A, Cassidy DeYoung and Coach Jay Scheidemann. Cassidy, let's talk to you first. Is this how you drew it up? I mean, you guys were clicking on offense. I was so impressed with the interior passing, the in, out, in, and of course your game was awesome too. Your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I'm just so thankful for our team. You know, like that's just what we have a whole team that can do stuff. We have 7 people on the court, or 5 people on the court that we know that they can do so much, and I'm so blessed to be able to play with them. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without them, and I'm just so happy right now.
29 points in an undefeated season. How did you maintain this all season?
I don't know. I mean, I never dreamed we would go undefeated and be state champions. This is my dream, and I'm just so thankful for it. And yeah, I was just playing, and I wouldn't be able to do that without my teammates, and I'm just so thankful for them.
Congratulations, Coach Scheidemann. You just won a state championship at your alma mater. Your team looked great on offense. How are you feeling?
Oh, really good, really good. I mean, you know, these girls make me look good all year. They went out tonight and just played a great game, and I'm so proud of them. You know, the hard work that they put in for this, they deserve this so much, especially this one. What a way to go out as a senior, huh?
She had a great game.
Yeah, she struggled a little bit those first 2 games. She was getting a little frustrated. She stuck with it and had the biggest game in the biggest game.
Coach, you're proud, and you should be. Congratulations to both of you. We'll toss it back up to Paul.
2 runners-up from last season are already champions in 2015. Newell Fonda in 1A and Unity Christian in 2A. Thanks for joining us on our first night of 2015 girls basketball tournament coverage here on IPTV. We will be back with more interviews, features, and basketball tomorrow night, our pregame show. We're on the air at 3:30 Saturday afternoon, followed by the 3A, 4A, and 5A state championships. A full slate of hoops, and we hope you join us for our live, uninterrupted coverage presented in high definition here on statewide Iowa Public Television. That's it from Wells Fargo Arena. We'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
What do you want to listen to? Oh, shoot.
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2015 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Basketball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
I'm a dad.
I am a mom.
I'm a kid.
I'm a kid at heart. I'm a banker.
I'm an Iowa banker.
No matter who you are, there is an Iowa banker who is ready to help you get where you want to go. Iowa Bankers, allowing you to discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Mid-American Energy, diversifying the ways we generate electricity by investing in wind generation capacity in Iowa. Information is available at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
You may know right where you belong. Helping you get there is our job. At DMAC, we connect what you want in life to what you do for a living. With more than 150 programs, transfer degrees, and short-term certificates, DMAC can position you for a great career.